Hello, I decided to take a detour and end up doing the Sagittarius reading. I couldn't wait any longer. It's bad enough I waited how many days since the beginning of Sagittarius season? Please, it's already Thanksgiving. Come on. So, I would like to point out that this outfit is totally serving Britney in 1990s, and I've been doing 90s looks all week, but this one in particular feels very Britney, and I wanted to point that out because I wanted to say congratulations to Britney Spears. Not like she'll fucking see this, but Sagittarian energy. She is indeed a Sagittarius queen, December 2nd. So that's my girl, as you can see, very inspired since the 90s. We love her. And she's free. Happy Sagittarius season, queens and kings and queens. Okay? I think queen really encompasses the energy of Sagittarius. If you're unfamiliar with that term, it is just king and queen combined for a non-binary figurehead, basically in royalty, which I like queen. You can call me that anytime. I like queen and king equally as much, but queen really gonna ring to it. So, happy Sagittarius season. Thank you for being here. I did not use a deck for the general reading. I did use decks for my personal readings. I don't know what I want to do for Sagittarius. I feel like the last one I did was an energy. No, it wasn't an energy reading, was it? I know I recently used the Damon deck. Maybe I did. But here's the thing with Sagittarians. They want to have these conversations. They want to go in depth. If I say something that you feel like you want to respond to, you by all means can do that in the comments. I'm always open to discussion. No need to be hateful. I get harassed enough as it is. Please be kind to me, and I shall be kind to you. So this might just be like an energy reading. And something I started to do lately. I know that I did it for my Virgo and Aries videos in the last set of videos that I did, and I don't want you to feel cheated, so if I am called to pull a deck, I won't hesitate to, but it does feel like we're trying to get into Sagittarian mood, and that is thoughtful discussion, deep conversation, thinking, contemplating, listening wholeheartedly. Like those things are sort of what I do love about Sagittarius is, especially heavy emphasis on the contemplation. I love how self-reflective they can be. Even though people perceive them as very projecting, I just love Sagittariuses, and I know that and kind of say it all the time, but I am like really going in now that it is Sagittarius season. 100. Yeah, and like everyone's different across the board, every sign. Not everyone's perfect, and I'm not gonna like every single Sagittarius I meet. That's not how anything works. But the people who are close to me, I would say several of them do hold the slot of Sagittarius. And I was just saying, Taurus is up there too, but Sagittarius it's got that closer place in my heart. Just like that. Not that we need rankings or anything, but don't act like Sagittarius ain't fucking competitive. And Taurus isn't so competitive, so we're like, we'll take third slot. And everyone's like, yeah, we're gonna put Gemini #1. I say everyone, but I feel like I'm the only person, but I feel like Sagittarius could probably relate to that because not a lot of people understand Sagittarius, right? They perceive Sagittarius to be like the most fiery of the fire signs, but that is absolutely 100% Aries. I mean, don't even argue that. The fucking temperament, the bursts, the anger. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on them. They're in mid to low range on the list for me. Again, this is just for fun. This is just you getting into yourself, getting into your feelings, getting to know yourself, and well, you've been knowing yourself, Sagittarius. That's just how you are. That's how you've always been, right? So this is really just the vibe, right? And that's what the general reading was all about. I wanted to make this more personal, but also this is what comes out, and this is what you're going to bring people into. I don't know if you've noticed, I've noticed it in my life where I've been wanting to open up and talk more, and I've extended my thoughts or feelings to a slightly larger group of people than I am used to, right? I mean, I do this. This is public entity stuff. Entity as in, you know, haha. So it's very easy for me to say perform. But when it comes to me personally, I'm quite private and downright mysterious. Even if you think you have a good grasp on who I am based on my actions or personality, the things that I actually think and feel, I have quite solidly locked in Pandora's box. Because I'm the keeper of hope, right? And I feel like Sagittarians are very hopeful, very optimistic, very radiant, brilliant, gorgeous, just absolutely magnificent archer centaur creatures. Okay. I think I'm digging the energy reading vibe. I'm sorry, again, stick around. I might pull a deck if you're really into that, but I thought it was peculiar that the first one I did was an energy reading, and now this one too. So I think that's just the vibe of Sagittarius, because the last couple times I didn't want to pick a deck, and I ended up choosing one anyways. I picked Damon, and I believe the mystery deck. And so this time it's like, no, let's just straight up connect, and that's what you are turning into this phase of life right now, Sagittarius, where you're about to light up, because you light up the room, because you provide warmth in the cold, because you know how to navigate it. You were born in the cold. Of course you can survive in the cold. You thrive in the cold, and you can take others in and warm them up this season. So remember that you are so akin to nature being frosted that you can handle people's colder attitudes because you have your own cold attitude, right? It's a balance. You are the keeper of the flame. That doesn't mean you're on fire all the time. That's Aries. That's what I'm talking about, right? You control it. Aries melts everything, right? And Leo is warm, not on fire and not cold, but Sagittarius being in winter is a different kind of power. And I think that's what always drew me to Sagittarius, you know? And I've been not really digging tarot lately anyways, and I've been trying to figure out if I want to continue to do this, but maybe I'll just be talking, and that's what I mentioned in the general video, is things were about to be a lot different coming up, especially as the turn of the new year. But Sagittarius season always puts me in the right direction, because y'all put people in the right direction, truly. And I also play that role in many people's lives. Can't remember my own Sag placements, but like I help people. I'm a healer, however you want to put it. But I think Sagittarius just naturally have this ability to just like get through things, because you know when to be cold, you know when to be hot, you know when to be warm, and you know when to frost. I want to just mention, my table is on the phone. What the fuck? My table's on the phone. My table's talking to someone. I mix up my words like that all the time, and I don't even know why. It doesn't even mean that I'm high. Like, sometimes I am, but, you know, it's just like something I do. Don't know. Language is such a funny thing anyway. My thoughts literally go so fast that my body has a hard time keeping up even with words when I literally talk my ass off anyways. But I never keep my phone on the table while I am doing readings, so it's very odd. I left it, and I'm going to move it. And I could have paused the video and not mentioned it, but if y'all need to take a little more time off your phones, little more time reading again, even just staring at the sky kind of thing, laying back, relaxing, but you need less screen time, you need breaks. I've been enjoying my breaks from technology so much that it's starting to make me want to, like, I don't even know how to explain it. I almost said unhatch the earth. Like, I want to just turn the world upside down in a sense, and just like recess into a life where there isn't any of this anymore, and go back to communities and stuff. And I feel like, again, Sagittarius season came on, and I was suddenly just like, no, I'm over it, you know? Esoteric. It's interesting because I do view the earliest signs as the elders of the zodiac, right? Like Aries and Taurus and Gemini and Cancer. We've been around the longest, and we're the wisest, even though stuck in our ways, right? And I change every day. I am so sick of people telling me that I'm stuck in my ways. It's y'all are confusing Taurus with the other fucking earth signs. You're confusing us with the other elders. You're confusing us with the other fixed signs. I don't care what anybody says. Stuck in what ways? I don't have ways. I don't have ways. God, I'm just a fucking... I swear to God, we are just agents of chaos. Tauruses. Anyways, maybe some of y'all dealing with a Taurus, and that's why I've been vibing with it. I am not an astrologer, so I catch things here and there because it's all sort of integrated in each other's communities when you do things like this. But I read something You can quote me on this, but it's not going to give you any information. It was some type of conjuncture with some planets. I'm remembering Pluto and something about the moon, and I don't know how the season comes into play, but it was something about Sagittarius and I almost said Genesis. The fuck? Genesis is on tour right now, I guess. I don't know. I just saw that on the internet in case you're interested in them. I like Peter Gabriel so much. I never got into Genesis without him, but I think that's the version that's touring. I just noticed it online the other day. So if you like Genesis, like FYI, I saw that they have shows coming up in like November, December. Just thought I would share that for no reason, I guess. Anyways, maybe we already missed it. I don't know. Maybe you saw Genesis recently. Doesn't matter. I meant Sagittarius and Gemini were doing some kind of conjuncture at the same time that Taurus and Scorpio were crossing through something or other. So again, my top 3 signs, and then Scorpio's my rising. So, and the sisters, well, not sister, but the neighbor season to Sagittarius. So I'm digging the vibes, and I think y'all are too. And I think that you need to go with it. I think that people are going to be very resilient. A lot of people don't like winter. I used to be one of those people who was just miserable all winter long for a lot of different reasons. Everybody has their times. And I think I mentioned this in the other video, like summer was very, like spring, summer is usually my thrive time, but it was very difficult this year. And I'm taking on a new attitude come winter, also because of where I'm at with the progress of my healing. But either way, I am just trying to say that I really like the energy in the room, Sagittarius. Love the season. And it feels like everybody's speaking up lately. And it's not always in the best or most eloquent way, okay? I just got tipped off on this book from a Sagittarius. Nonviolent communication. I'm having a hard time reading because I'm speaking too much, but I've also done a lot of work on communication specifically and anger issues in general. So reading just bits here and there has helped reinvent my approach even, and I'm barely into it. So if you're noticing people are struggling to communicate, I recommend the book without even reading it. Like I can just tell it's going to be a good one. The title was off-putting for me, but it works. I think it's like missing the point if you're too caught up on it, and it's still a very important read for people's emotional progress. So with that in mind, I think Sagittarius, you have to let yourself shine and lay it on as thick as you want at this time, because even if there's a Grinch or a Grouch or this and a that, you are going to come at it with like love, right? You are the Grinch whose heart grew 3 times already, Sagittarius. Christmas isn't quite yours, but you get hype for it, and you come through, and you decorate the fuck out of it and celebrate it. You know, it's finally, I'll admit, spooky season's pretty much over. Some people might want to play it out till December. That's fine. It's not even play it out, but just respecting that November is the month of the dead. But this is the transition from spooky season into Christmas, finally, for the people who have been waiting. And I think the Sagittarian energy and the end of Thanksgiving really is what sells me on that idea. So, I don't know, it's the transitional days anyways. And it's funny because it's like Thanksgiving being the 3rd Thursday, it's always a different date, you know? Isn't it right? It's the 3rd Thursday of the month, isn't it? So it's interesting that Christmas starting the day after, or maybe Black Friday being the end of spooky season. And that's how I feel, because that's how I like it. It's interesting that it changes, you know? It's like sometimes we need it sooner, sometimes we need it later. It just depends on what's going on, you know? But I would say bring in the spirit hard right now. Bring it in hard. Go hard. People need it. People are going to be resistant to it. That's what I was saying. People are going to be resistant to it. Begrudgingly getting through life, getting annoyed, being grumpy, you know. Oh, well. You have to giggle. You have to poke fun, but not to wake the bear. Just, you know, to get a giggle out of them. And you don't have to do anything directly to anybody to embody that spirit regardless. You don't have to push people into it just to have it exist. So if that means decorating, if that means speaking your truth or being a little extra friendly at this time, I think that you will have smiles through the roof at the end of the month, or that's pretty soon, but the end of Sagittarius season, people are going to be very much in the Christmas mood, all thanks to you keeping it hot while it's cold, making sure we're warm, and enjoying the frost. Okay, you have things very down pat, Sagittarius, and that's why we had this talk, because there ain't shit I gotta tell you. I've been telling you every month after month, like, what you need to be focused on, and honestly, if there's nothing here to dissect, and we're only having the discussion, then you got it figured out. You made all the right moves. You stayed focused. You were 10 toes down. That's my expression lately. You were driving, you were vibing. That's what it is, you know? So I would say that congratulations, you finally won, you know? And the battles are done. It's time for you to take some refugees in, so to speak, or physically if you've been considering it, or if you're in a position of power to allow it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who the fuck I think is watching my videos, but you get what I'm saying. Even shifting your perspective on a personal standpoint, just as a political ideology, allowing refugees. You know what I'm saying? Completely just flip flop, and who gives a fuck? You learn, you grow. You're not stubborn, Sagittarius. I'd never say Sagittarius is too stubborn. You might have some stubborn placements, but you know, Sagittariuses are always willing to learn and grow and be honest and vulnerable. I've never had an issue with that from Sagittarius, and I love it. So, yeah, I think that's cool. Like, I think I feel good. I hope you feel good. I just want to remind you that you're doing great, and I could probably keep going, but I noticed that I'm kind of slipping into a sleepiness, not necessarily because of the late hour, but because I can tell that it's pretty much it, you know? So thank you for tuning in. Oh, I always forget to mention sooner. $10 off for the rest of the season, Sagittarius. Any personal reading that you want, take $10 off the top. And yes, so thank you for tuning in. I love you so much. And if you like my shit, I will see you next time. Hopefully, you'll be there. Thanks.